Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today we are going around the news. A lot of stories to talk about, some interesting stuff to talk about as well, and yeah, just some things to discuss. You know how this goes, you're used to the channel, and if you're new to the channel, well, just sit back and enjoy the next 10 minutes or so. But before we go any further, if you guys are enjoying the off-season content and you want to help support the channel, I'm actually going to have to get a new like and subscribe play because the off season's almost done. But still, if you guys are enjoying the content and you want to help support the channel, the best way to do so is to like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with the interesting bit of news first. Well, actually, there's two bits of interesting news. We'll start off with something else though, I think, than what you were expecting. But Celtic are not done in the transfer market. After the latest two signings on Moritz Jens and Aaron Moy, a lot of people expected that to be it for Celtic, would just stay quiet until August 31st. But no, Ange confirmed today, speaking to Sky Sports, that it's fair to say we'll still be active. Whether we get deals done, we'll see. It has to be the right ones. We'll still be active. We expect some comings and goings. I assume over the next 2 or 3 weeks while the window is open. Without putting any certainty around it, I'd say we'll still be alert and ready to go if the right solution comes. Which is a real positive for the Celtic squad because it has a lot of room to improve and a lot of room to, get rid of some dead weight. For me, personally, I'd like to see a striker come in, but I'd also like to see a physically dominant defensive midfield specialist sort of player come in. Although Ange has said in the media that is not the type of player he is looking for. So, I know we brought in Aaron Moy, which a lot of people will say, oh, okay, he can play CDM, which he can, 100% he can, but, he isn't a specialist there. He's more of a jack of all trades for the midfield, right? But that is a great thing to hear from Ange. I also expect a few departures, as I mentioned earlier, to be quite honest before the window ends. No significant departures, of course, but loan deals for the real fringe sort of players, the ones who we don't expect to get next to any minutes this season. But speaking of significant departures, Matt O'Reilly has been is reportedly high on Brendan Rodgers' wish list at Leicester. Well, this isn't the first time in this offseason that we've had a Celtic star linked with Brendan Rodgers at Leicester. Now, it's a common thing. I think every preseason, every transfer window, there's always a new link. There's always, Brendan Rodgers looking to steal someone from his former club, and I think this is just another one of those rumors that has been, magically brought to life by the media, But Ange, in true Ange fashion, has seemingly has responded this in with the best way he could have, right? I encourage it. If big clubs want our players, that's great. It means they are going well. I keep saying to the boys, they don't need to worry about their futures if they are the best they can be today. That kind of stuff doesn't come on my radar, so I don't worry about it. I've not seen anything from Matt to suggest he's thinking about these things. The players know why big clubs might come in for them. It's not because we've given them publicity, it's the work they do day in and day out. And Matt said himself, when asked about the upcoming season, he said, I've probably got a few targets. First of all, just to improve my level naturally. I thought I did well last season, but I think I can do a lot more. This season, I really want to kick on for myself and hopefully push for other things in terms of cups and stuff like that. Getting into that squad is, of course, a target. I want to be there, so I'm going to do my best to do that. Champions League exposure helps a little bit with that. As long as I do my best, hopefully, I've got a good chance. And thing is, O'Reilly is heading into this season and he has a huge opportunity, right, to prove himself as one of Celtic's real top talents. He is still, we forget, only 21 years old. That kid is going to reach the very top in my eyes in the world of football. His quality on the ball is incredible. His passing game, his shooting game, footwork, it's very special and a lot of talent for someone who's only 21 years old, right? I have no doubt in 1 season, 2 seasons, maybe even 3 if we're lucky, an offer will come in for Matt O'Reilly that is, we cannot refuse, upwards of the £25 million mark, and that is a huge profit Celtic will make from the 1.5 we paid for him from MK Dons. And he's a cracking young player, and he will be a real big factor in Celtic's push for trophies in this season. Champions League, the League Cup, Scottish Cup, all 4 of them. Matt is going to be, without a doubt, a starter week in, week out. Obviously he won't be able to play every single game because his body will fatigue on him, and will, Rio, Turnbull and all that will, act as good substitutes. But still, for someone like Matt O'Reilly, he has got a big role to play in terms of Celtic season. And if we do have a lot of success, I really do believe a lot of it will come down to him. Now, just to end the video, let's talk about the final pre-season game before our league campaign kicks off against Aberdeen in a week's time. So it will be interesting, firstly, to see the approach of Ange. As we've seen in all these pre-season games, Ange likes to give the whole squad a run around. In the later ones, he's been playing the first team, and then naturally, eventually, he will sub off the whole team. Not all at once, but gradually by the 60th minute or so. Now, it's curious to see if he will take that same approach, because it is our last game before the league starts, and will he want to give the starters as many minutes as possible so they can play as many minutes as possible against Aberdeen, right? Or will he make all the substitutions like he has been doing recently to make sure everyone in the squad has got match fitness? And doing so has obviously costed us results, but yet again, it is pre-season. Results mean shit all. They literally mean nothing. I'll drag away. Let's look at the Liverpool versus Man United game that happened like a week ago. United won, 4-0, 3-0. Means nothing. Liverpool will probably finish second again in the Premier League. Man U, I don't know. They'll be on the cusp of that 4th spot, but we'll have to wait and see. It means nothing. Liverpool are still easily the better team, right? But regardless, enough of that. Let's talk about players who might feature, and more specifically, Aaron Mooy and Marit Jens. Now, will they both feature tonight? Personally, I think we can expect them both to feature in the second half. I don't see Jens starting with CCV purely because he only came in a couple of days ago. I still see Welsh getting the nod there, but if he does have a strong showing in the second half, I think it's more than realistic that we'll see Jens start with Cameron Carter-Vickers for the Aberdeen match, right? Considering that I don't think anyone thinks, and I'm pretty sure Carl Starfelt won't be fit for that match, right? As for Aaron Mooy, I feel that he most likely will play tonight. Some have said that he won't feature due to doubts concerning his fitness, but if you ask me, knowing Ange, knowing it's pre-season, I think he'll just want to get him on the pitch, get him with the ball at his feet in a game environment, right? For at least a small portion of the time, maybe the final 10 minutes or so. Because you think about it, we need to get him in there, because we're gonna need to call on him during the season, Aaron Mooy, without a doubt. That's why we've brought him in. So he needs that match fitness, and you've just got to get it into him as soon as possible. I'm sure he has a lot of personal fitness. He's been working with a personal trainer for the whole off season and for the Australia World Cup matches. So we'll have to wait and see for whether he features. I hope he features, just personally as an Aussie. And yeah, that's that. Now, do I care about the result? Like I said, of course not. As long as we play well, allow me to rephrase. As long as the starters play well, I don't care about the result, because arguably it's the starters who are going to make or break our season. Now, in front of the home fans, we have to consider it would be nice to finish off pre-season with a victory, especially against a top team like Norwich. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Hopefully you guys are going to if you get into the game tonight, or this Arvo for you guys in the UK, enjoy yourselves. If you're watching from home, enjoy yourselves. But that is all from me. So if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave your thoughts on the Matt O'Reilly situation, and until next time, hail, hail.